Hi. Today we're talking about how coming out isn't just a one time occurrence and it doesn't just happen on one day. National Coming Out Day occurs every year on October 11th. And as parents, we may operate under the expectation that once our children come out to us, that's kind of it, right? They've told us that they're transgender or non binary or gay or lesbian or whatever the situation is, depending on who you are and why you're watching this video. And then that's it, and you move on. But that's not actually the case. Our children have to decide for themselves every time they go out in public or interact with a person or a group of people if they are going to disclose who they are to those people, or if they are going to keep that information to themselves. And a lot of it has to do with how safe they feel. What are the circumstances surrounding that interaction? What is the environment like? Do they feel safe? Do they trust these people? And then they will decide what they're going to do or what they're not going to do. And so coming out is an occurrence that happens over and over again, sometimes on a everyday basis. And sometimes it doesn't happen ever. Your child may be out only to you right now, or just to you and your partner. And they may only ever be out to you and your partner. And that doesn't make them any less transgender than, say, my son, who is out to everybody. Or they may eventually come out to a small group of people, or eventually to the whole world. They may never be out to anybody. You may have transgender people in your life that you don't even know are transgender, and that's because they're only out to themselves. And that's okay also. Transgender people only have to know that they're transgender in order for them to be transgender. They don't ever have to come out to anybody to make them be transgender. There's no one right way to be transgender, just like there's no one right way to be out. It's individual for everybody. And so, what we want to make sure that we're doing as parents is that we are supporting our children in the way that they best need the support from us. If they want to only be out at home and they don't want to be out with the rest of the world, then we have to be sure that at home we're using their correct name and pronouns. And when we're interacting with the whole rest of the world, that we are using their birth name and pronouns, because that is what is going to keep our children safe and protected until they are ready for something else. And if they are never ready for something else, then we have to just keep on that path, because that is what is expected of us. And sometimes that's hard. It's hard to switch back and forth. And the more you practice, the easier that it gets. And if your child says, you know what, I need you to know that I am transgender, but I do not want to be socially out, and I'm going to keep using my same birth name and pronouns, that doesn't make your child any less transgender than the next person. And it's not a requirement of them to be out to be transgender either. So just know that just because the world says, hey, it's National Coming Out Day on October 11th, there's no expectation for transgender people to be out, and there's no expectation for your child to be out either. It brings visibility to the community, and it brings visibility to transgender people, but visibility is not the expectation. The expectation is for transgender people to be loved and supported in the way that they need. And what transgender people need is different for everybody. So just keep showing up for your person the way that they need you to show up for them. And that is the best that you can do. And we will talk again more soon.